Hey everybody, welcome back to Living Traditions Homestead. My name is Kevin and this is my wife Sarah. Well, if you've been following us for any amount of time, you'll know that our garden this year is doing quite well. We've been really happy with the amount of produce that we're getting out of it so far, and things are really just starting to ramp up right now. In fact, we spent most of the day in there today. You can see we harvested quite a bit. And tomorrow is our local farmers market that we sell at every week. But while we were in the garden today, we were talking and we realized that we should probably have a little chat with you guys, because there's something we haven't talked about before, and that is why we really don't sell many of our vegetables at our farmers market.
That's right. If you come and visit us during the garden season at our farmers market booth, you'll notice that we don't have a whole lot of veggies. We do pretty much on a consistent basis bring cucumbers and zucchini, just because those things just grow so abundantly, more than we can use on the homestead.
Right, so you'll notice that we bring other things to the farmers market, you know, handmade soaps and salves and baked goods and things that the kids make and things like that. But veggies, the reason, well, there's several reasons why we don't bring those along. The main reason, and really the reason that sums everything up, is because our number one goal in living this homesteading lifestyle is to grow and raise as much of our own food as possible. And that takes a substantial quantity of food to obtain. So let's take a little step back in time. When we were still living in the city and dreaming of living this homesteading lifestyle out in the country, we had this great plan that we would be growing as much of our own food as we can. Actually, that we would grow all of our own food, and then we would also be growing enough to take to a farmer's market every week to make some income for the homestead. Well, it didn't take long. After being here 1 or 2 growing seasons, we realized that at this point, we can really do one or the other. We can either grow food for our family, or we can grow food to sell, but we are not producing anywhere near the amount of food to do both.
I think that we had a misconception, or really had never thought about how much food it really takes to feed a family of 4. And I'm, not talking about how big your basket is when you go to the grocery store. I'm talking about everything that you need to make everything from scratch at home, 3 meals a day, every single day, and then snacks in between. It really has been an eye-opener for us the last 2 growing seasons, really the volume of food that is required to feed a family.
Right. So to give you guys a little insight into maybe a little more personal side of our lives, I'll tell you kind of how our family functions as far as what we spend on food and how we eat. We allow ourselves as a family 1 meal out per month. So 1 time per month we'll eat out as a family. And that's normally at just one of the small local restaurants here in the small town that we live by. Other than that, we make every meal at home. Now our goal is to make every meal out of nothing but homegrown food sources. So homegrown meat, homegrown veggies, things like that. But I can tell you right now, we're not there. We're close. We're getting closer every year, but we're not there yet. Right now, for our family of 4, we're still spending about $200 a month at the grocery store. And really, most of that is for things like flour, sugar,
baking ingredients.
Yeah, ingredients.
Yeah,
we don't,
butter, also cheese.
Right.
But just things that we, at this point, can't grow on our homestead.
Right. We do make some cheese out of our goat milk, but it's not enough usually to make it through the month. I mean, heck, we're from Wisconsin originally. Cheese, that's kind of important.
We need cheddar cheese.
Right.
Mozzarella cheese and Parmesan cheese and lots of cheese.
But so even though we're doing well, we're producing a lot of our food, there are things that we're falling very short on. Now I'll tell you some of the things we're doing well with. Tomato products.
Yes. The tomatoes are our best producer, and we can really produce on our homestead a year's supply of tomatoes for diced tomatoes, tomato sauce, tomato juice, pasta sauce, salsa, barbecue sauce, ketchup, and any other, tomato, but fresh
tomato-based products.
Yeah, and fresh eating during the summer as well.
Right. But there are things that we fall short on. Things like potatoes. We grow some potatoes every year, but I'll be honest, they last about a month. So that tells us we need to increase the amount of potatoes that we're growing, 12-fold. I mean, we need to produce a lot more potatoes, and given, that recently we discovered that now most of the potatoes, at least the, russet-type potatoes in the store at Walmart, are GMO, it's even more important for us to, grow our own. The Walmart where we live carries very limited amounts of organic vegetables, and most of the time when they do have them, they're of questionable quality because they don't move off the shelf very fast. Right. For us, that means we need to grow, because if we don't grow, in most cases, we just do without.
Right. We're not going to the store and buying broccoli, cauliflower, those kinds of things after we have run out of those on the homestead. We're just relying more on the other things that we have grown and produced on our farm, and just are going without those.
So ultimately, the decision that we came to was that it made no sense for us to grow things ourselves, take them to the farmer's market, just so we could then get a little bit of money at the farmer's market to go down to the store to buy things that someone else grew. That made no sense. So for us, we knew that we had to take care of our own family's needs first, and ultimately down the road, when we can expand through the years to be able to expand our gardens and everything else.
And when we have it all figured out,
then we'll be able to, sell more vegetables at the farmer's market other than just what we're doing now. So even though it may seem like we're missing out on an income source for the homestead, ultimately it's not about how much income you're bringing in, but it's about how little you're spending. And for us, we can spend a lot less by growing our own vegetables than we will need in income to go to the store and buy those.
We hope that we've gotten you guys thinking. Every little bit that you can grow and raise for you and your family can make a direct difference on the monetary things in your life, on your budget, on your finances. So what are you guys doing to offset that, to make a difference not only in your pocketbook, but in your health? Let us know.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you guys. We started out also just, in a regular neighborhood with a, 4-foot by 6-foot raised bed garden, and over time we've expanded and learned more and more, and now we are where we are today, and we realize that we still have a lot of expansion to do, and a lot of things to learn, and a lot of things that we can get better at. But we'd love to hear from you. Let us know how things are going for you guys in your own gardens this year.
And if this is the first time that you are visiting our homestead, we would love for you to hit the subscribe button below. And for all of you who come back every day, our traditionalists, 5 days a week, we appreciate you so much. Hey, if you know somebody that would enjoy this video or our channel, please share it on all of your social media. And until next time, thanks so much for stopping by our homestead. Take care, and God bless.
God bless.